at World of Warcraft.
But first, if you're gonna make a fun-filled first-person shooter, maybe you shouldn't set it during one of the most morally, politically, and emotionally conflicted wars in American history.
Well, I don't know. Forget it. Let's blow things up in this review of Battlefield Vietnam.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
I wouldn't say nothing. If it weren't for war, where would we get our game ideas? The Battlefield series marches into the steaming jungles in Battlefield Vietnam. Apparently, EA doesn't know that you should never get involved in a land war in Asia. At least they didn't go in against a Sicilian when death was on the line. This is essentially the same game as Battlefield 1942, with minor tweaks and more trees. There's been a hefty visual upgrade, as you can see. Foliage and other types of jungle-related cover are key components to Battlefield Vietnam. You won't be charging enemy positions so much as crawling towards them on your belly. When you reach a flag, a timer now tells you how long it will be until you capture it. Vietnam being a more modern war than WWII, you get tons of new vehicles to play with. The most notable addition to the game is the assortment of helicopters. The whirly-birds can be used for troop transport and airlifting, but mostly I just play Ride of the Valkyries and attack anything that moves. All the vehicles have radios in them that can be used to blast classic rock tunes for all to hear as you drive past. This is awesome and adds immensely to the game's atmosphere. Real Viet Cong probably didn't headbang to the Bobby Fuller 4, but they should have. Strangely, vehicles almost seem to be a handicap in Battlefield Vietnam. You're usually better off on foot with some of the ridiculously overpowered infantry weapons. Yes, balance is a bit of an issue in this game. The American Heavy Assault class is pretty much death incarnate. That M60 machine gun is practically a rapid-fire sniper rifle. The minor balance issues certainly don't ruin the game. Battlefield Vietnam is a great multiplayer combat game, but more balanced weaponry would have put it on par with its predecessor. As usual in Battlefield, the single-player game is pointless. The AI is so brain-dead, you don't play against them so much as just toy with them.
Morgan, I can bust that tank with 3 rockets.
Adam, I can bust that tank with 2 rockets.
I can bust that tank with 1 rocket.
Bust that tank.
Battlefield Vietnam is not a gritty game version of the Deer Hunter. It's a nice, sanitized, T-rated romp through one of America's most troubling moments. And that's sort of disconcerting.
Stand down, soldier. You are a menace.
Still, for heated online jungle warfare, it has no equal. We give it a 4 out of 5.
Battlefield Vietnam is more Counter-Strike than Platoon, but if you can get past the fact that it's set in Vietnam, it's well worth a visit. Plus, you can, of course, headbang the oldies.
Well, at least it's not a 7 days war game. Although Battlefield 2 has just been announced, and if you thought Vietnam was a bad idea, get a load of this.
Yeah, Battlefield 2 takes place in the present, and you can play as the U.S., China, or a Middle Eastern country.
Because there's nothing like stirring up contemporary geopolitical anxiety for profit.
Yeah.
Anyway, our next title is the release of